Right, good evening, yeah, good evening. It doesn't feel like evening, but it's really dark. So, good afternoon everyone and welcome replay viewers. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of when I go live and I post new videos. Hello Brenda, I've got my glasses on, I'm not going to put my contacts in because no point for just an hour. I'm not going anywhere and it's completely pitch black outside. So very, very windy I should say. I'm currently having a bit of a storm. It's called Storm Dara or something. So really, really bad winds. So welcome in everyone. So 1 second. So I am live now. So hello Brenda, good to see you. So bear with me a second. Sorry about that, just interruptions. So right then, so tonight what we're going to be doing, we're going to be making a Chinese chicken curry. So that's going to be flipped. I'm not going to flip it over yet and then I'll turn it round. This is actually from a curry kit. Now because it's Christmas coming up very, very soon, as we all know, what do you buy as a gift for someone? Well, you buy them this. This is a Curries from Around the World kit. I've done one of the curries already, but you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different curries in this set. So there's a Thai green curry, Malaysian rendang curry, Sri Lankan curry, Japanese katsu curry, Chinese chicken curry, which we're going to do, and then there's an Indian tikka masala as well. I did a video for that. If you want to go watch it back, go to my profile. So that's the curry set. I will mention this a couple of times throughout the live stream. I'm not sure if it's going to take a full hour because that's how long I'm on for. And then after myself, we've got Brenda, who's going to be live on TikTok. Please give Brenda a follow and don't miss her live stream, which is on the hour. So in less than about 50 minutes time. So go and check out Brenda's live stream after myself. And then we've got Darby Jones coming on Twitch after Brenda. So lots of cooking, not as many this time round. We did delay the cooking month by about 2 weeks, just because it's that busy time of year. And then in 2 weeks time, so 2 weeks from today, we're going to be doing a Christmas cooking Saturday. And I already know what I'm cooking, so hopefully I'm going to be making a chocolate Yuletide log. So fingers crossed, if not it'd be mince pies or something else. So I can't say hello Brenda, hello Darby, lovely to see you. Make sure you follow Darby as well on TikTok as well. So, but I will leave the link up for the for this kit. So really, really good kit, and as I say, I'm going to show you how to make it. It's pretty straightforward actually. I have prepared the ingredients already. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. Rick, if you're watching from British Columbia, this is actually on TikTok Shop as well. This Whistler jumper. It's really warm, so but I'll watch this space because I'll be doing a video for that probably tomorrow. So should we get cooking, guys? Should we get cooking? It's really nice. What do you think? I love the design of this, and there's loads of different like colours as well that you can get, so it's not just black. So if you know anyone from Canada or Whistler, then I just saw it and I was like, yep, gotta have that. Right, so what I've done is I'm just going to let you know I did cook my rice in advance. So here it is, because rice you can just warm through. As long as it's used within like a couple of hours, you can heat your rice. So that's all cooked. The instructions for the rice, I used white long grain rice, and I added 300 grams of rice. So I like to double the portions when it comes to a meal. Rice is not that expensive. This wasn't expensive. For a full bag, it was 52 pence for the white grain rice compared to £1.50 for basmati. So it does call for basmati, but I'm using white grain rice. So yeah, you could drain it through or just put it in water, heat it up. It took me about 20 minutes. And I've used double the amount of to the weight of the rice. So 300 of rice grams to 300 millilitres of water. And then I just put it on the stove, 30 minutes or less, and it's done. So just stir it once it gets to the, so it's not, and you can just put the lid on the top and then you just mash it up. Use a fork to break it up. Should we get cooking then, guys? And also I've got this as well I want to show you. I don't know if you were with me in the last one. I think we did a few of these in the last one. Do you remember the more or less game? Again, another little stocking filler if you're wanting this. So we're going to do some more or less along the way. So you don't need to know the answers other than more or less. Simple as that. So let's get cooking, guys. Really, really simple. Probably won't take me It won't take too long. So, hello everybody. Right, let's get cooking. I'm going to spin you round. I'll flip you around and then I'll turn you round. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's turn you round as well. It would help. And I'll try my best to read the comments along the way. Now, I've got a bit of a problem with this oven. Not only does the light not work underneath, but the rings, I think it's only these 2 rings here at the front that don't work. So I'm going to have to use this one. Can you see that okay, guys? Hopefully you can see it. So this is one of the pans. Let's turn it on first of all. So this is the Nadia Hussein pans. So you can get these as well. Again, another great Christmas gift. If you don't know who Nadia Hussein is, she is a chef. She won the Great British Bake Off. She's from Leeds, and she works with Prestige, and they have these pans. So they're also available to purchase as well. Melanie's probably I can hear Melanie in the background telling me, saying, get on with the cooking and stop going on about TikTok shop. So, but I do use these pans, but when I'm using them on a live stream, I don't always link them in. So I thought, because I'm doing a nice curry, I think this is the perfect time, because Nadia's known for her curries. So we're going to heat the pan up first of all, right, and then we're going to add in our chicken. So you want diced chicken, 2 breasts. Okay, you can add a little bit of oil if you want. I've got some nice chicken breasts here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just add this into the pan. Hopefully it's heated up, there we go. So drop that into your pan. Can you all see that, guys? And then you want some nice silicone utensils as well. These are brilliant, these. I've had these a long time now. Don't use steel on your pans. Don't use plastic if you can. Bad for the environment. So get your silicone spatulas as well. So heat that up. You're going to cook your chicken until it starts to brown. And then we'll add the next thing, which is chicken stock. Right, chicken stock. Wherever I've put it. Where did I put it? Here it is in front of my eyes. So you want some chicken stock, and what you're going to do is you're going to add it to a jug, like so, Pyrex jug. A little tip for you: if you're ever making pastry and pies, your Pyrex jug, the ring on the top is the perfect size for your pies. Don't be buying any pie cutters or biscuit cutters, or, you know, a lot of times we go out and buy new stuff, don't we, when you think, well, I could just use something. A lot of people use cups and other things, but a Pyrex ring on the top is the perfect size, both for your pastry, both for your ring and your lid. So, hi Darby, how are you doing? Susanna's in as well, good to see you, Susanna. So, what you want to do is get your chicken stock, add it to your jug. We're then going to add in 3 tablespoons. Let me just check. Here's the recipe, by the way. This is how it arrives. So we need 2 chicken breasts, 2 onions, ginger, garlic, or oil. Forgot to put the oil in. 400 ml of chicken stock, peas, plain flour, so 3 tablespoons of flour, and some sugar. So that's all you need for this Chinese chicken curry that we're making. So let's add in the water. Got some hot water here. And I find the best thing when you add your stock to your jug is you can just read the measurements. So 400 of hot water. Okay, there is a reason for this. So go to the lime, like so. I don't think I've ever made like a curry like this. So right, get yourself a spoon, give that a stir. Okay. Now I know Darby's listening in, but I know I don't think Darby's ever had a curry before. Now they're slightly different to Indian curries. I've never had. I have had a Chinese curry, but I've never made it like this before. So right, now we're going to add in 3 teaspoons of flour. Let me just double check that again. Yeah. No, tablespoons. So I'll add this in. Right, there we get my flour. So I hope you're all well. Brenda, let me know what you're cooking today. What are you cooking? So add 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm just not going to put heaped tablespoons, just normal spoons. So that's 2 and 3. And then you're going to, so that's your flour in there, and you're going to give that a mix. So flour and chicken stock. Probably best to use a whisk. I'm just going to give that a whisk till all the clumps have gone. Okay. You didn't really like it, Darby. Was it a Chinese one or was it an Indian one? Okay, so make sure that flour, I do need a whisk. Let me just get a whisk instead. I actually have a mini whisk. This might work better. There we go. I use this for like doing like, you know, milk, a little milk frother. That's better, isn't it? Look at that. So whisk all that up so there's no clumps. I saw your message, Darby, about the Christmas theme. Okay, there we go. This reminds me of like a chicken, it looks like a chicken noodle soup or something. Don't worry too much if the some of the flour is still on the top. Excuse me. Okay then. Right, next thing then we're going to do, check on that chicken. Now this is a non-stick pan, so you don't need to really add any oil. Don't want to. Okay, I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. You can put the lid on the top as well. The lid goes on all the pans in the set, so it's like a universal lid. So you can just pop that on all of them because they've got all different sizes, so it'll fit the big ones, the larger ones and the medium ones, which I think is a really good idea. So just give that a mix. It is cooking through. Should have like sort of preheated it before, but it's getting there. Right, so next step, it's quite a different flavour. Is that Alexis? Hello Alexis, good to see you. So Alexis, we're making this tonight. We're doing a Chinese chicken curry, and this is from the Spice and Tice kit. Now I know Alexis likes her meal kits because Alexis does Pampered Chef, if you didn't already know. Go and follow Alexis, everyone. Alexis does come live, but she hasn't been live for a while. But if you're wanting any Pampered Chef stuff, Alexis is the woman to get in contact with. That's only if you're in the US. So do follow Alexis if you're from the United States and would like some Pampered Chef stuff. She also does a kit that's very similar to this sort of thing, where you get the spices and stuff. So then you just follow the recipes that are with the kits. So with this one, this is from Spice and Tice, Chinese chicken curry, part of the curry from all around the world, which is there, look. And it just gets posted through your letterbox. So if you want to order one, get them ordered, get them in time before Christmas. Now you can actually make this with tofu and mixed vegetables if you wanted to. So, which is good. Right then, so next step, before we get on to the, I'm just reading this because I wrote it down. So, right, mix the stock with the plain flour, add the curry spice sachet and whisk. Add the curry spice sachet and whisk. So maybe you have to add it, yes, you've got to add it to the actual chicken stock. Now, I'll let you know what you get in the ingredients in this, so if you want to ever make this and you can't get hold of the ingredients, oh, there's the card as well, it tells you inside the recipe. So in the ingredients you are getting, so this is coriander, cumin, onion, salt, chilli, fenugreek, garlic, ginger, paprika, turmeric cinnamon, black pepper, cloves, cardamom, star anise and fennel. So when you think of all the ingredients that you would buy separately, how much it would come to, it's quite expensive, isn't it, when you think about it? So you do save money when you buy these kits. Right, I'm just reading the recipe on here just to check. So yeah, add the curry spices and whisk to a smooth consistency and then leave aside. So let's open this up. They're always well packaged, aren't they, so that nothing comes apart. Are you getting a box today, Alexis? I think, what do you reckon, Alexis should either come live or show us her box? I'm just going to open this up. So we add this to that liquid that we just made, the stock. So with that flour. So add that in. Smells really good. You'd think you'd add it to the chicken, wouldn't you? But you are adding it to the chicken once it's cooked through. It's a slightly different way of making curries. So I'm going to use my spoon and I'm just going to mix this in like so. This looks like a chicken soup. It smells really good. So whisk that through. Okay. And then just going to leave that aside. In fact, you know, this reminds me of now. That looks like it looks like a curry sauce. That's the smell I'm getting. Chip shop curry sauce. That's what it smells like. Chicken stock, flour. I bet it's not far off. And spices. That could be a perfect curry sauce. That. It smells so good. Ooh. I think I've just created a new invention. Dunk that in with your chips. Oh. That is your perfect curry sauce, that. I guess that's what it is, isn't it, really? So whisk that through, leave it aside, and then that's ready to be poured onto the chicken. So make sure there's no pink bits. I'll give you a close-up in just a second. Okay. So just let that cook. Just lift that up. There we go. Right, I'll try and read some of the comments. Right, would you like, I'm going to give you a more or less question, I think. So let's get some interaction in the chat. Let's share the live stream if you've not shared already. Share to a few of your friends, those chefs that you know from TikTok. Get them to, or watch this replay as well if you're watching on YouTube. So get sharing out, guys, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you like food. I've not done a lot of food cooking for a long time, so I'm going to try next year to come back with lots of new recipes, and that's why these kits are really good, because not only do you learn how to cook different ways, different cultured foods, you get all your spices and you don't have to worry about, you know, getting everything, if you know what I mean. So let's have a more or less question then. Here we go. Are you ready? So all you need to do is put more or less, and as I say, this is available to purchase as well. So here we go. Let's have your first question. Okay, was the fastest subsonic flight time from New York to London more or less than 5 hours? That's your first question. Was the fastest subsonic flight from New York to London more or less than 5 hours? So put in the comments more or less. I will reveal the answer in just, I'll give you 2 or 3 minutes, and then we shall I'll give you the answer. So with this chicken you need to cook it for 5 to 10 minutes, okay, that's the minimum, before adding in your sauce. We're also going to add in here some ginger. So before we add the the sauce, we're going to add in some ginger. Now you can use fresh ginger, or you can use this squeezy ginger. So So I just bought this from a shop. So you want a good amount of ginger. And I can hear you all saying, where's your onions? Why have you not added any onions in? So I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm going to add in some ginger, a good amount, not too much. Okay, and then you're also going to add in some garlic. Wherever I put that, there it is. So a few cloves of garlic. Okay, I can see you all commenting your answers. Right, I'll give you the first one then. So the answer is less. It was 4 hours and 56 minutes, set by a British Airways flight in the year 2020 due to abnormally high winds in the jet stream. Right, let's do another one. Is a jellyfish composed of more or less than 90% water? Is a jellyfish composed of more or less than 90% water? More or less, pop it in the comments. They are fun, these questions though, because sometimes you think that the answer would be different. I'm just going to add the garlic in. Let's get this ginger in. So mix in your ginger. Get that in there. Right, I'm going to add the garlic. You can tell I've not been live cooking for a while because you forget where everything is. You know when you put stuff down. Right. So add in your garlic. So these are the two basics, well, three basics to a Chinese. I guess to a Chinese is ginger and garlic, and then with an Indian, you kind of your minimum ingredients is your spices, of course, and your onions. So get your garlic in there and then give it a mix. This is smelling amazing. Okay, we got our answers in, everybody. So is a jellyfish composed of more or less than 90% water? The answer is more. So the answer is 95% of water, similar to a cucumber, believe it or not. Right, I'm just going to put my last garlic in, and then I'll give you another question in a little while. Just checking on the time, but we're good, I think. So I've just added 3 cloves of garlic there. Okay, just give you a close up. Look at that, that's the sort of colour you want. It's starting to brown a little bit now, but keep an eye on it as well, obviously, as you're cooking. Right, next we need to add, you want to fry that for 1 minute, and then we're going to add in the onions. So get your onions in there. I've got 2 white onions, so they're already chopped. Just get them in there. This is smelling amazing. So get all that in there. And then just break it up. You could add a little bit of oil if you wanted to at this point to help with the onions. Entirely up to you. Just show you that up close. So I've got onions in there, chicken, garlic and ginger. These pans are really good though. I like the deep pans that just hold a lot of ingredients. So you could pop the lid on the top if you wanted to and add a little bit of hot water, let them steam cook. Okay, let's have another one then. Here we go then. Question 3, more or less. Was the rapper 50 Cent, okay, shot more or less than 8 times? Was the rapper 50 Cent shot more or less than 8 times? Pop your answers in the chat. Let me just add a tiny bit of oil to these onions, just a little bit. few sprays there. Because I didn't add any oil at the start, jumping out the pan. So Brenda says more, Alexis says more. Yeah, you are right, both of you. So it was actually, he was shot 9 times in 2000. I won't read the description on here. Okay, and number 4. Did Shakespeare invent more or less than 10,000 words? Did Shakespeare invent more or less than 10,000 words? More or less. Pop it in the comments. So I'm just going to let these soften down a little bit and then make sure they're all broken up as well. I've got these are starting to smell really, really good. I'm just going to taste that. I want to just taste that. You know, this chicken stock that I made with the spices. I'm just going to taste it on its own, just a little bit. Wow, it's got a kick to it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of kick to it. Not really curry sauce, because it's got probably a few ingredients in there that wouldn't normally be added to it. But it does taste quite nice. So definitely give it a try with them ingredients. Another little tip what I like to do as well, if your onions are too big when you're cooking them, use your scissors. So get in there with your scissors, just chop them up. It will also help with the cooking, you know, the speed of them cooking. Just depends on how big or small you want them. But yeah, get in there. But yeah, whenever you get a Chinese curry, you always have the onions, and they're quite big, aren't they? If you've ever had a Chinese curry. Okay, so a lot of you are saying less. Alexis is saying less. Oh, Brenda says more. Okay, the answer is less. So Alexis, you were correct. Shakespeare invented around 1,700 words, including moonbeam, laughable, eyeball, bump, puking, champion, bedroom, excitement, and zany. And there you go. So that's an example of one of the cards. So you get the questions on the front. You can play in teams, or play on your own if you want. Just read them out. Play with your friends and family around the world on live streams like what we're doing. But a great little game there if you want that. It is in the shopping basket, more or less. Check it out, guys. Oh, this is smelling really nice. So let's move on to the next step. So we're now going to stir in the stock mix and reduce it down to low. So actually, I'm just going to give it another 2 more minutes. Let me just give you a close up. There you go. Look. So it's cooking really, really nicely. It just depends on how well you like your onions. That chicken's starting to brown a little bit as well, which is a good sign. You don't want raw chicken. You want a little bit of colour, and you also want that nice little bit of crispiness as well. That's how I like my chicken. I'll just show you. It's because they're a lot smaller. If you've cut your chicken pieces up a little bit smaller, like this one, look, it's very hot. You see that there? Look. So that's sort of the point where you know that you're ready to go on to the next step. Okay, oh, it smells, oh, that tastes really good. Right, so we're going to next add in the stock mix. Don't forget, everything's going to cook anyway. So we add this in, pop that in. So that's a great Chinese sauce to make chicken stock. Smells really good. Oh wow. This. Oh. Are you ready, guys, to see this? Look at that. It looks amazing, smells amazing. And we've not finished yet anyway, because you've got to add a few other ingredients now. So if you were listening, I'm going to test your memory. What item do I need to add to this Chinese curry? Hey JFJ! JFJ was watching the day when I showed you this. Do you remember? And I said, let's make this on a live stream. So it's thanks to JFJ actually that we're doing this today, because he did say you should do it on a live stream. And I said, okay, I will do. So this is the curries. This is the Chinese chicken curry. What's the next ingredient I need to add? What's the ingredient I need to add to this curry? I'm tempted to add a little bit of water to this actually. I don't know if I should add some more water to this. I don't know if it's meant to be quite thick. But with a sauce, you don't want it too thin though, do you? You want a quite thick sauce. Can you remember what the last ingredient was? Can anyone remember? Well, there's 2 ingredients actually I need to add. Not peppers, no. You could add peppers though. I guess that would work quite nicely. What's the last 2 ingredients? I'm going to get it out of the freezer. There's a clue. It is... if I can find it. It is, of course, frozen peas. Well done if you remembered that. So we're going to add a few frozen peas. So you don't want a cupful. Not too many. And I'll put that back in the freezer. So frozen peas. So give that a mix. I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, just to help with those peas, because I'm not sure if it's meant to be too thick, this. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, like so. And then give it a mix because of the stock. I think it's the flour actually. So if you add too much flour, it's gonna, and obviously there's flour in the chicken stock as well. I've just realised that. So yeah, frozen peas, and then last thing we need to add is some sugar, just a tiny bit of sugar, and then that is it, guys. That is the recipe. So you just want one teaspoon, I think. Yeah, 1 teaspoon. You can try this with tofu and mixed vegetables if you want. So at this point you could add in peas, you could add in any other vegetables, carrots, lots of different ingredients, peppers. Yeah, so you want to turn it down to low as well. And then I'm going to put a lid over the top of this, and it needs to cook for another 10-15 minutes. So I'll give you some more or less questions. So yeah, just add in a teaspoon of sugar, like so. Give it a good mix. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a thick curry, I've got to say, compared to other curries that I make. But that is it, guys. That is the Chinese chicken curry. It smells amazing. Just needs to simmer now for 15 minutes on a low temperature. Obviously, if you've got your rice, use basmati rice, but I've got some long grain rice, which I will fluff up shortly. And I want to taste it, but well, I will do, but it needs to simmer a little bit longer. But it smells and looks amazing. Really, really easy to make. If you want to try it and you're watching from the UK, you can get this this kit, which it is part of. This is the Chinese chicken curry. You could probably add spinach to this as well. But other ones, Indian tikka masala. It's all the spices you get. Sri Lankan curry, we'll do that another day. Japanese katsu curry. Malaysian rendang curry. So that's all the curries there inside. There's all your ingredients. So if anyone wants to take a screenshot, I'll put you on landscape so you can take a screenshot for the Chinese one. There you go. Take a screenshot, guys, if you want the ingredients. Okay. So that is the Curries from Around the World kit. Absolutely brilliant. Right, should we do some more or less questions? Let's spin you round. I'll put the lid over that as well. Let me spin you round. Okay, and flip. There we go. Sorry for the light, guys. Is that better? Hello, everyone. Right, I've not got my glasses on, so I can't see. I'm going to have to look quite close up. Instead of water, I had a bit of soy sauce. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Right, and we're going to put the lid on now, though. Unfortunately, I don't have any soy sauce, but I will remember that next time. Right then, let's do a more or less question. And I'm just going to pin it up on the screen so those who are watching can join the live stream. £11.59 if you want this set. Okay, ready? Question be number 5, won't it? Okay. If you buy a coffee for £2.50, on average, do coffee bean farmers receive more or less than 5 pence of this? So if you buy a cup of coffee for £2.50, on average, do coffee bean farmers receive more or less than 5 pence of this? Which would be, I'm trying to work it out. That would be, we need Rick. Rick, you've probably worked out the percentage of the price already. Be 5%, wouldn't it? 5%? Because 10% would be 25 pence. Oh no, it'd be less than that, wouldn't it? It'd be a quarter of that. So it'd be 2%, 2.5%. So Brenda's saying less. Is that because you saw the answer on the back? I always forget to cover it over. Any more guesses? JFJ? So if you buy a cup of coffee for £2.50 on average, do coffee bean farmers receive more or less than 5 pence of this? Okay, I keep saying daily, but it says Darby. Sorry, Darby. The answer is less. A farmer or grower will receive only 1 pence for every coffee sold. That's definitely not good, is it? 1 pence. So well done if you said less. Okay, let's have another one. Is the ratio of humans killed by a shark to humans killing sharks more or less than 1 human killed for every 100,000 sharks? So is the ratio of humans killed by a shark to humans killing sharks more or less than 1 human killed for every 100,000 sharks killed? That's so confusing, isn't it? So JFC is saying less. Alexis is saying less. What's Brenda? Brenda says less. Darby. Darby's thinking. Okay, Darby says less. The answer is less. For every one human killed by a shark, 10 million sharks are killed. It's probably because they eat all the fish and we need the fish. It's too early for your brain. Right, we'll do one more, and or maybe two more. Let's do two more. Is the diameter of the moon more or less than the width of Australia? Is the diameter of the moon more or less than the width of Australia? Put your answers in the comments. So Darby's saying less, Brenda says more. Shark stakes are higher, yep. But Alexis is saying more. The answer is less. So the moon has a diameter of 2,100 miles and the width of Australia is 2,485 miles. That's a good question, that. So the diameter of the moon is less than the width of Australia. Incredible. And your last one then. What time is it on? We've got... Oh, this could probably be the earliest that I've finished the live stream. Serena Williams, if you've not heard of her name, she's a tennis player. So does Serena Williams, I did it the wrong way around, have more or less Grand Slam titles than Roger Federer? So does Serena Williams have more or less titles than Roger Federer? That's your last one. Take my time, okay. Right, less. Oh, I've got my cup of tea here. Bear with me a second. I almost forgot my cup of tea. A lot of people in England, you think, we love tea, but do you know what the best way to make a cup of tea is? Leave your tea bag in the cup. Oh, I love a cup of tea. It's been so windy today. And when it's cold and, you know, towards Christmas, I'm losing my voice. Let me just turn that back up. I need to give that a stir as well. Nice cup of tea, definitely, Brenda. So, the answer is... So, Brenda says less, Darby says more, Alexa says less, JFJ says less. The answer is... more. Serena Williams has won 23 Grand Slams and Roger Federer has won 20. There you go. Right, I'm going to flip you back round and then we'll finish off the food and we'll have a little bit of a sample, see how it tastes. So I'll just flip you back round. There we go. And spin you round. So I hope you enjoyed that game. That's called More or Less. Available if you want to buy all the cards. Great as a Christmas present, stocking filler, that sort of thing. Okay, let's give this a stir. Oh, look at that, guys. Wow. I'm not putting the lid back over now, so let me just stir this in. Let me just give you a close-up. Not stirred it yet, but just look at that and the smell coming off of this. This smells amazing. It's not too runny, it's not too thick. Definitely add that extra bit of water, but it depends on how much flour you're using. And it also depends on your stock as well. If you're just using a stock cube rather than a... there's ones that act as like a gravy thickener. It might have it already in it. And an alternative if you want to thicken up your stews and soups, it's called arrowroot. Have a look at it because it's a gluten-free thickener. So if you don't want to use flour, you can't have flour. Arrowroot is your best option. This is it smells amazing. Oh, I want you to taste this because it smells so good. I'm going to have a little taste. So let me get a spoon. I don't think it needs any more time. I'm going to try the sauce first. Actually, peas don't take long to cook. So the peas. Oh wow. That is the real deal. That, wow. It's not too spicy either. It's got that kick. There's a bit of a kick to it, but it's that Chinese kick. That is amazing. Let me just try some of the chicken. Let's try this piece of chicken here. Oh, it's dripping. Wow. Mmm. Right, man. That it tastes so good. That is better than actually any Chinese I've ever had. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to quickly warm this rice up. Move this down. Just warm this up a little bit. Just to sort of come through. Let me just check that's hot. Actually, not too bad. Use my other spoon. So I'm just going to break this up and heat it as we're going along. My rice is already cooked. Right, let's pop this in some dishes. Here's a question for you. Do you put your Chinese food... Oh, actually, I've just realised as well. I forgot to put these on. I'll show you these before I quickly go. I got these as well. You can serve them with like duck spring rolls, or like prawn toast, or any Chinese starter. So I'm going to pop them on afterwards. I'll take a photo at the end and put it on our group. So the rice is cooked through. I don't want to dry it out too much, but I'm going to put it on a plate so you can see it. So, and are you a person that puts the rice in one side, or do you go round? But this smells so good. Right, almost done. So that's enough rice. One more, because there's loads of this curry. So put it on your plate like that. That's going to just heat through a little bit, and then get your curry, put it in the middle. Just look at that, guys. Oh. I love doing foods that I've never done before. Get some of that sauce, the onions. You could, as I say, add peppers in this if you wanted to, but I think that's just perfect. It looks really good, it does, Brenda. Loads of chicken. You could try it with different meats. You could do tofu, as it says, or vegetables. And then there's loads left as well, so you could, you know. I'm going to turn that off now. So there we have it. That is the Chinese chicken curry made from scratch. Bear with me just a second, because I'm going to serve up another bowl. So just give me a second. So I'm going to put mine in a bowl, because I find if you put them in a bowl that the rice then it just keeps it warm. So let me just, you know, I've got the world's smallest kitchen, so I'm just going to put the rice in first. I don't want that to keep cooking. 1 second, guys. And I'll turn you round. Going to pour this in. As I say, if you want any of these pans, the link is down below. Oh, just look at that. Oh, I put too much in. There's a little bit of a bigger plate full. Never mind. Right, 1 second, guys. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Right, so I'll spin you around. Let's have a proper full-on taste. And then I'll say goodbye because we've got Brenda coming up next. Right, let's flip you round and flip. So I've added a little bit too much in my bowl. So let's have a taste. There we go. So the rice, absolutely gorgeous. So the chicken, it's really hot. I think the only thing missing with this would be like, what are they called? They're like little strips. They're found in like stir fries and stuff. Maybe some of those, but you've got your onions in there, peas. It's perfect. That is absolutely delicious. Highly recommend this. Get it ordered, guys. If you can, give it a try, or just go with them spices and play around with them. So perfect Saturday meal. As I say, try it with basmati rice as well. Carrots and bean sprouts, that's the one. So I'm going to bid you farewell, guys. Thanks for watching, and give it a try. I'm gonna cook these as well and have these duck spring rolls with these. But thank you for joining me today, guys. I will see you all in 2 weeks' time for the cooking Saturday for the Christmas theme. So looking forward to that as well. So go and follow Brenda. Brenda's up next. Then we have Darby, who'll be on Twitch. So Brenda up next. Give her a follow. I'll catch you in the next one. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you there. Take care. Bye for now.